Hi, I'm Raphael. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Alice, and we're a blockchain philanthropy platform. But before I explain exactly what that is, can I just ask everybody here to just have a quick think about the last time that you didn't donate to charity, that you didn't donate? You know what I mean? Like the other day I was at Waterloo Station, I saw these guys and I walked straight past them. I didn't donate, I didn't look at them. Which is not actually true, because I felt bad about taking their picture and I stopped and they convinced me to give something anyway. But you know what I mean. Like every day we walk past these fundraisers on the streets, charity shops, TV appeals, and we just routinely pass on the opportunity to donate. And so the question is why? Well, for most people, or at least a large amount of people, it all boils down to a question of trust. And actually this year, the Charity Commission recorded the lowest ever level of public trust in the charity sector. And when they drilled down into where that sort of trust deficit came from, they found that overwhelmingly it's because people feel that there's a lack of transparency and accountability in how charities use their funds. And it's not just an issue for individual donors, because the government and more institutional sort of grant-making bodies are also putting pressure on charities to be more accountable about the impact that they make, to the point where charities now are really seeing this lack of trust as a sort of an existential threat to the sector as a whole. So that's why we created Alice. Our mission is to help charities be more accountable and more transparent about their impact, so that the 160,000 charities in the UK can raise more money to help homeless people, to help deprived kids, and help all the other myriad social causes that they're involved in. And the way that we're doing it is that we've built what we call a hyper-transparent donation platform. So the first pilots that we're running are with two homeless charities. One is St Mungo's and the other is Thames Reach. And they'll be launching donation appeals on the platform, but they'll come with a twist. They'll come with a success guarantee, which means that if you donate to them on our platform, you will only pay if they deliver the outcomes that they promise to achieve. Right? And those pilots are going to be taking place early next year, but we've also got other projects that involve more institutional grant-making bodies, and they're going to be using our platform to track the flow of foreign aid, to track the use of funds in cancer research, for example. And this is how it works. So whenever someone donates on Alice, the funds are going to be held in escrow, which essentially means that they are going to be frozen until the charities can demonstrate their impact. To take our pilots as an example, the outcomes that these charities are trying to achieve are helping rough sleepers find a home or find jobs. But the donations will only be paid out to them if they can actually submit the proof that those outcomes have happened. So that's tenancy agreements, that's employment contracts. And once the outcomes have been achieved and the money's been paid out, the donors get notified and they can see exactly what impact their money has helped to make happen. We're using some high-tech technology to build our platform. So we found that the best technical way of providing that absolute level of trust for donors is to use blockchain technology. And we've built our platform on a public blockchain called Ethereum. And that allows us to do two things. So with Ethereum, you can build what are called smart contracts, and those smart contracts can do two things. They can hold and collect funds, or collect and hold funds, and they can manage the conditional release of those funds based on the outcomes that the charities have achieved. But also, really importantly, they provide absolute transparency to the whole process. So that means that every donation, every outcome validation is recorded in a way that can't be falsified, that can't be tampered with, that can't be deleted. And it's publicly accessible to everybody, so anyone can come in and audit the program and see how effective it's been. The team behind this, so it's myself and two other founders. I met Areti about 10 years ago now, and we set up a previous startup, charity tech startup, so we know how the sector works inside out. And we've partnered with Jacob, who's a blockchain expert. He's a software engineer that's been working in this space for about 3 years. We also have some amazing partners. So we received a grant earlier this year from the Nominate Trust that allowed us to build the product. We're also working with the National Technology Advisors Office in DCMS to run blockchain pilots across government. And we're one of the first companies to be working with the Financial Conduct Authority to run blockchain experiments as part of their what they call their sandbox. So that's us. As I said, our mission is to generate a massive increase in donations by restoring trust in the charity sector, thanks to blockchain technology. We're looking for more charities to run appeals on our platform. So if you work for a charity or know someone that does, we'd love to talk to you. And we'll also be fundraising next year. So if you're an impact investor, we'd also love to have a chat. Thank you very much.